Hey guys, it's Christopher Tom here, and today I want to talk about the reason RiceGum is becoming irrelevant.
Hey, irrelevant. Irrelevant. You're irrelevant. Because they're irrelevant.
That's right, the man who's known for calling other YouTubers irrelevant has now become irrelevant himself. At one point, he was consistently earning hundreds of thousands of new subscribers every month. There was a time when he was one of the most relevant and talked about YouTubers on the platform. To give you an idea of just how big he used to be, he got more than 200 million views in August 2017. But those numbers have really dried up these past few months. If you go to his social blade, you can actually see many days when he's in the red and losing subscribers. And if you look at his hourly sub count, you can see that he's constantly fluctuating between gaining subscribers and losing subscribers. He's nowhere near as popular as he used to be. Although I'm going to be analyzing RiceGum's channel specifically, there are also some things that you can take away from this if you're an aspiring YouTuber. First of all, before we can truly understand why RiceGum became irrelevant, we have to understand what made him relevant in the first place. So let's take a look at some of his earlier content. And here's the thing. I actually don't think RiceGum's earlier content is awful. Look, I'm not saying it was great or anything, but when you compare it to his videos these days, it's at least better. He generally put more effort into his channel, and it seemed like he was more humble back then. RiceGum mainly got popular from his These Kids Must Be Stopped series, which launched his career. In these videos, he reacts to cringeworthy clips of Musical.ly kids. The typical formula for one of these videos goes something like this. He makes obvious observations.
That song just said, when we effing I be catching chills. It's a sex song. She's like 12 years old.
He acts shocked that kids do things that they're not supposed to do.
Does her mother know that she just said this?
And he laments the current state of the youth.
What are kids nowadays doing? Like, she must be stopped.
Although the series marked when he started criticizing kids as his main content, it's generally pretty tame, at least when you compare it to the videos he would make later. Rather than roasting or bullying the kids, whichever term you prefer, Rice's main shtick at the time basically boiled down to, did that boy just lip sync to that song? Where's this boy's parents? He's like 12 years old. When I was 12 years old, I was still in my mother's womb. When he made his first These Kids Must Be Stopped video, he only had about 50,000 subscribers. His channel would soon explode in popularity, and in several months he would be at 1 million subscribers. Although the series started the general trend of his content poking fun at kids, Jacob Sartorius Roasts Me is the first video where he calls out someone specific.
You have no supporters.
I have no supporters. I just typed in do more, and it's gonna search up everyone that ever said do more in my comments. So look at this. Do more of these videos. You have to do more, please. Yo, huge fan, do more. Yo, volunteers, do more.
Yeah, we kinda get it, dude. You don't really have to go through this much effort to prove a literal child wrong. RiceGum would basically make roast videos of kids who criticized him. This allowed him to frame the video as, this kid roasted me, so he looks like a little less of a bully. Now, of course, it's still pretty weird when you consider that this was a 19-year-old guy making roast videos on little kids. But it attracted a large audience, and these were the kinds of videos he was making as his channel blew up. In order to understand how RiceGum gained his initial relevance and fan base, it's important to understand why his content appealed to so many people. The subjects of his videos were mainly kids, and as a result, RiceGum's videos largely appealed to kids. This is largely because of two reasons. The first reason is that, like Leafy, RiceGum's videos effectively framed a dichotomy between the out-group of cringeworthy Musical.ly kids and the in-group of kids who sought to distance themselves from that. Kids love to make fun of things, and RiceGum plays to that. And the second reason has more to do with the audiences of the kids he criticizes. When you're making a negative video about somebody, you're attracting both their fans and their haters. And let's be real, if you're 26 years old, for example, it's very unlikely that a 12-year-old Musical.ly star would even show up on your radar. You wouldn't even know who that person is. So naturally, these young Musical.ly kids would have legions of young fans. And that's the exact demographic who's most likely to watch a RiceGum video. Soon, RiceGum introduced a new element to his content, the diss track. Although these days it's very common for YouTubers to make them, at the time it was kind of a novel idea, and RiceGum became known for making these diss tracks. And they were pretty bad in terms of flow and overall bars.
Metro doesn't trust you, so I had to do this. All your fans are 10, they don't know what they are doing.
But they eventually improved over time, even if that means he had to resort to hiring a ghostwriter. And although RiceGum made it clear that his goal wasn't to be a real rapper, he still became known for his diss tracks. He posted his first diss track in March 2016, and he eventually continued making this type of content for several months. Around January 2017, RiceGum mentions that he wants to try to shake up his content since doing the same thing all the time gets boring.
So I want to try something new. And I know that all of you guys did not subscribe to watch me do makeup, you guys did not subscribe to watch me vlog, you guys did not subscribe to this channel to watch me cut stuff with a burning knife. You guys subscribed to this channel and signed up for this channel to watch me make fun of people. I understand that. So what I want to do is make like one roast vid a week, and then those other 6 days I want to start vlogging.
One of the most important abilities you can have if you're trying to survive on the YouTube platform is the ability to constantly evolve and change your content. The YouTube algorithm is constantly changing, and so are the audience's preferences. On the flip side of things, if you change your content too drastically, then you risk alienating part of your fan base. And although some YouTubers aren't able to change things up, RiceGum's audience was actually pretty receptive to the changes. His overall viewership wasn't really affected by this change. However, his relationship with his fans eventually began to deteriorate. He would start to upload at a slower rate.
Now I just been slacking so much, and you would think like now I don't post that much, you're like, RiceGum is probably out doing something useful, out doing something fun. No, I'm at home doing nothing. I just been lazy. I was on my couch using Tinder like 2 seconds ago.
Now this in and of itself isn't so bad. What made this situation so bad for him was that he would often make promises to his subscribers, like daily uploads, and he would continuously break these promises again and again.
Hey guys, it's me again. I feel like every week we talk, I give you guys more of a reason to hate me. I have a lot of supporters and I have a lot of haters, but slowly my supporters are turning into haters. Like, it's a combination of lack of content, broken promises, and just being inconsistent is honestly all my fault. You guys deserve a lot better.
But he still continued to slack on his upload schedule. In fact, a lot of the top comments are even roasting him for his poor upload schedule. When your own fans are making fun of you, that's not very good. But then the summer of 2017 happened. You couldn't go a single day without hearing about Jake Paul or Logan Paul. And so RiceGum managed to insert himself into the drama, making video after video about the Paul brothers and Team 10. He also dropped a diss track on Jake Paul called It's Every Night Sis, which actually became so popular that it went platinum. These were some of RiceGum's most successful months on YouTube, and he was able to leverage all of the drama at this time to his advantage. A few months later, the Content Cop happened. Although it seemed like it was pretty damning, it didn't really affect RiceGum in the long run. This is likely because there isn't a whole lot of overlap between iDubbbz's fanbase and RiceGum's fanbase. For instance, when iDubbbz made a Content Cop on Leafy, it really hurt Leafy because the tide was already starting to turn against him, and Leafy's audience had a lot of overlap with iDubbbz's audience. But the demographic that enjoys RiceGum is pretty different from the demographic that enjoys iDubbbz. Therefore, RiceGum fans didn't really care. Towards the end of 2017, RiceGum began his use of sexual clickbait with such great titles as Can I Eat Your Booty? Can You Girls Turn Me On? Can I Touch Your Butt? And Let Me Touch the Butt. At this point, RiceGum was still able to stay somewhat relevant because he was able to capitalize on trending topics such as Fortnite. When you look at the amount of controversies RiceGum's channel has gone through, you'll see that none of them really seem to affect his viewership too much. He continued to get his normal amount of views for a while, but in the past several months he's been getting less views, and this is largely due to his poor upload schedule. There's nothing wrong with taking a break, but RiceGum constantly takes long, unannounced breaks from uploading. That's not good for a channel, especially when you consider what the YouTube algorithm wants and what your own audience wants. He also lost many of his own loyal fans by promising them content and repeatedly failing to deliver. It's one thing to just not post, but it's another thing entirely to say you're gonna post and then not do it. The sheer amount of times RiceGum did this really hurt his credibility in the eyes of his fanbase. If you go into his comment section, you'll find many comments about how he only uploads when he needs money. The best times for RiceGum's channel were when he was riding the wave of a trend like Musical.ly or Jake Paul. Without something to really attach himself to, he doesn't have much material for content. One of the reasons his channel blew up was his ability to make videos about other people, which would attract that person's audience. This is something he doesn't really do a lot these days. I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing either, but because this is a video about why he isn't as relevant as he used to be, the drama aspect of everything is too important to leave out. He's just not entertaining enough to make content that's interesting on its own. A lot of his newer, more vlog type videos don't really have the same appeal of the videos that earned him his initial following. People change, and it's likely that a lot of his fans have simply grown out of his content. At the end of the day, there are several different reasons why RiceGum is becoming irrelevant, but the biggest reason is still his poor work ethic. He He still has a fair share of supporters, and he still gets more views than most of us, but he hasn't been in the limelight for quite a while now. If there's anything aspiring YouTubers can take away from this, it's the importance of consistency and caring for your fans. Don't make promises you can't keep, and if you don't want to lose viewership, make sure to consistently upload. Anyway, that's about it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you made it this far into the video, then thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Yo, what is up guys? Your boy RiceGum, another pretty irrelevant YouTuber. No one is forcing you to watch them. Like, you don't have to exit out of my videos. Like, if you don't like them, don't watch my videos. Don't watch my videos.